The Necron bridge is finished, and today it's time for a Necron terrain showcase.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, today I am going to show you my finished Necron bridge. Before that though, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so my bridge is finished. This is the piece of terrain that I've been making for my terrain square bridge competition that I'm running this year. The competition ends on the 30th of April. Still time to finish your pieces, or indeed potentially to enter if you haven't entered already. The link to the information video is just there. Check it out if you think you can make a bridge by the end of April. Now I have to admit, getting my bridge finished for today's showcase video proved to be harder than I thought. Painting those symbols was very fiddly, and indeed I did have trouble painting the back of the symbols on the bridge where they're sort of angled backwards. Really difficult to get the brush in there, and the section where I've got the steps coming up, almost impossible. So I had to go to plan B. Now plan B was to put a little bit of cardboard to hide the symbols. However, I came up with a plan C, and that was to stick some symbols on that piece of cardboard, paint them first, and then stick them onto the back of those sections. And I'm really happy how it's looking. So it is now time to have a closer look at my bridge. Okay, so the clip you just saw I recorded yesterday. My job today was to put on the LEDs before making this showcase video. However, I've had a bit of an issue, you could say a disaster, when it comes to the LEDs. My main issue is that the bridge comes apart into 3 pieces, and my LEDs is just one big strip. My idea was to Velcro the LEDs on so that I could take them off when I collapsed the bridge. However, I had a big issue with that. The Velcro pads that I had were working. In actual fact, they were very strong. Every time I tried to take them off, the little tape that was holding the Velcro pads into place also came off. Not only that, I needed a lot of Velcro pads to stop the lights from dangling down. Plus, I had a bit of an issue going round the end section of the bridge. You can see the lights still. Unless I tried to put them flat, I couldn't put them flat because it was going round. So I decided to have a go with blue tack. That sort of worked, but as I was trying to get the lights onto the bridge, the end of the light, the connection, one of them had broken off. It was very fragile. Not only that, it had the heavy cable sort of wiggling around on the end. So one contact broke off. Now this is my first time trying to use LEDs. It hasn't gone too well, unfortunately. I know a few of you experienced people out there with LEDs said that you can make little sort of joiner contacts, so I could have them attached to the bridge and maybe just sort of unjoin them. However, I have to be honest with you, the LEDs and the problems that I had with them are now in the bin. So I have decided to abandon the LED ideas. I think the bridge looks absolutely fantastic without the LEDs, and I'm very happy with them. So I hope that you can guess over the fact that there are no lights on the bridge. I have got over it. I was a little bit disappointed at first, especially for you guys for this particular showcase video. However, I've got over it, I've moved on, and I'm really happy with the bridge. So, let's take a look at it. Okay, so here is the finished bridge. It's absolutely huge. I'm having to stand quite far away to get the whole bridge in the video, but I do really hope you like it. So let's take a closer look at some of the work that I have been doing on this bridge over the last week. So first of all, I've been in and I've done those symbols just in there. And of course on the back, as I said, I put some new symbols on and actually painted them before I inserted them. I think it's worked out really well. Painted that symbol there gold, and also the one on the teleportation pad. I've also been working on that teleportation pad there as well. Then I've glued in the sections just in the middle of the bridge there and put the extra panels on there. And then right the way down this end I've painted that symbol as well, which obviously matches in with the monolith. Of course the monolith comes off and I can put lots of other bits and pieces of terrain on there. And then on this end, the ruined building, as I said in the previous video, is going to go on the ends there, just to represent that end of the bridge. And I think it works really, really well. I am very, very happy with it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up into some of the other incarnations that's available to me, so you can have a look at those. Okay, keeping the same diagonal format of the bridge, and I can attach these little obelisks that I've got. Indeed, I can use a lot of my current terrain just to mix and match this bridge up. So on this end here, the monolith comes off, and I could add this obelisk here. That could look pretty cool along the bridge. Or I could put my bigger obelisk on there, like that. That looks pretty cool. That actually matches these smaller obelisks as well. Now this bridge, of course, at the moment we've got it diagonal, but it actually goes down the centre of the board very nicely indeed. So let's set it up like that. Okay, so there it is, right the way down the middle of the board. I'm actually really liking this as well. I don't need the ruined building in this state because the bridge is basically 6 foot long. Now if you haven't seen my previous videos, the idea of this bridge, using these here, the teleporters, each opponent will have one of these teleporters in their deployment zone, and the idea is to get on top of the bridge, you'll have to get a unit on that teleportation pad, and then you can teleport up onto the bridge. You can teleport onto either one of those, and that's how you get up onto the bridge. Should be pretty cool. I'm hoping to get some very cool custom missions done with this bridge. Okay, now this bridge does come apart, which means I can have a smaller bridge if I wish. Okay, so there is the smaller version of the bridge. Basically I've taken that middle section out, and it means the two teleportation devices are together in the middle. Look pretty cool still, I think. Of course you could use these if you still wanted to, or you could just say if you have jump packs you can just get up onto the bridge that way. I do have the option to put the ruined building on this end as well, making it once again 6 foot but just a different type of bridge. And of course we can always put it at an angle as well, like this, which I think looks pretty cool still, and it gives you this amount of room here to have a non-bridge section of the board. So I think it's looking pretty cool. I'm really, really happy with it, even without the lights. But let me know what you think of my bridge. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, hit that Captain Kirk button so you don't miss an upload on the wonders of Warhammer 40k. Beam me up!